We're giving all praises and glory to Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Kakrakadash. Praise your holy name. He's so beautiful and worthy to be praised. I'd like to give double honors to the elders at Great Millstone, on down to them youngins that's preaching this word sincerely with no gimmicks. The elect, yes, yes, yes. They're the only ones that got a winning chance up out of this Esau system. You know, they have a sure bet. You know, they're gonna endure and win to the end because it was already written for them to do it. So the elect, and you see Esau stepping up his game. You know, I went to go put my clippers up, you know, in the barbershop today, and it's a 5 o'clock curfew now, you know. And on my way, you know, coming home, they detouring certain blocks, you know, so buses and stuff gonna be going different ways, and people gonna be trapped. You know, after that curfew, they shutting some bus lines down, so when people gonna get off work and go to catch that bus, and that bus is not gonna be running. You know, so it's a whole bunch of ways that Esau is gonna catch the Israelites after curfew, you know. Yeah, and they're gonna be out of bounds, you know. They working in them Edomites neighborhoods, you know, and they're gonna have to get home, you know. And now we see the National Reserve. They're driving around in their tanks, you know, suited up, suited and booted, ready to kill. Yes, yes, yes. So it has stepped up a notch. But the elect, you know, gonna go through a few trials and tribulations, much trials and tribulations, but we're gonna endure to the end. You know, we got that ticket. We got that golden ticket. Yes, we do. Ephesians 1, 4, and 5. According as he has chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love. So we was chosen before the foundation of the world to do what we are doing. Having predestinated us unto the adoption of the children by Yahweh Shah to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. Yes, yes, yes. The good pleasure of his will, you know. You know, and we're in a privileged position. Who can say that? Not too many. Say that they have a golden ticket. Yes, 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 yes. Romans 8 and 29. For whom he did foreknown, he also did predestinated to be conformed to the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. Yes, 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 yes. The first fruits, you know. 1 and 11. Ephesians 1 and 11. In whom also we have obtained the inheritance, being predestinated according to the purpose of him who worketh all things after the counsel of his own will. You know, so the Most High counseled of his own will to have us endure to the end. So ain't no use to us getting scared or scared in the ninth inning, you know. This the end of the ball game. Yes, it's gonna get exciting. Yes, it's gonna get hectic. Ephesians 2 and 8. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not yourselves. It is the gift of Yahweh. So this is a gift of Yahweh. by grace, not of our own selves. Romans 4:16. Therefore, it is of faith that it might be grace, to the end the promise might be sure to all the seed, not to that only which is of the law, but to that also which is of faith of Abraham, who is the father of all of us. Yes. So it's a beautiful thing, to be chosen, by the Most High, to endure this faith in us. Romans 8:33. Who shall lay anything to the charge of Yahweh's elect? It is Yahweh that justifieth. So who gonna lay charge to the elect? Nobody. Romans 11:2. Yahweh has not cast away his people which he foreknew. Wot ye not what the scripture said? Elijah, how he made incestuary sections to Yahweh against Israel, saying, so that first sentence is the key. Yahweh has not cast away his people which he foreknew. And he foreknew the elect, the first fruit, the brethren, the 144. Acts 13:48. But we're going to go to 47. For so has the Lord Yahweh commanded us, saying, I have set thee to be a light of the Gentiles, that thou shouldest be for salvation unto the end of the earth. So we're the light, and for salvation unto the end of the earth, to the end of Esau's kingdom, the end of the earth. Yes. And when the Gentiles heard this, they were glad and glorified the words of the Lord Yahweh, and as many as were ordained to eternal life to believe. So we're ordained to this eternal life, Like I said, we're in a privileged position, but it ain't gonna be easy, But thank the Most High, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, for choosing us, because he could have chose us to be a reprobate, could have chose us to be a bum, out there eating out of trash cans. But instead, we're one of the elect, the prisoners of hope, the first fruit. How beautiful is that? It said, put on as you were the elect. John 6:37. All that the Father given me shall come to me, and him that cometh to me I will in no wise cast out. We're gonna start from 35. And Yahweh Shai said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. But I said unto you that ye also have seen me, and believe not. All that the Father giveth me shall come to me, And him that cometh to me, I will in no wise cast out. So we was given to him by the Father. And there's no way he's going to cast us out. You know. Preordained for us to make it, you know, to have this faith inside of us. 1 Peter 1 and 2. Elect according to the foreknowledge of Yahweh the Father, through sanctification of the Spirit unto obedience, and sprinkling of the blood of Yahweh Shai, grace unto you, and peace be multiplied. So grace be unto you, brethren, and peace gonna be multiplied. First Peter 1 and 20. Who verily was foreordained before the foundation of the world, but was manifest in these last times for you. You know. So in these last days that we're living in right now, you know, the ninth inning, you know, the fourth quarter. It was ordained for us to do what we're doing right now, you know, to do what we're doing right now. And what are we doing, brethren? This is what we're doing. Isaiah 49. Isaiah 49, 1, 2, and 3. Listen, O isles, unto me, and hearken, ye people from far. The Lord Yahweh has called me from the womb. From the bowels of my mother has he made mention of my name. As he has made my mouth like a sharp sword. In the shadow of his hand he has hid me. So we're the Most High's, you know, sword. You know, he made our mouth like a sharp sword in the shadow of his hand. He has made me a polished shaft in the quivers. He's hid me. And said unto me, thou art my servant, O Israel, in whom I will be glorified. And that polished shaft, and he made me a polished shaft. In his quiver has he hid me. And the quiver mean inside of it's an arrow host, you know. So we're the Most High arrows to shoot at Esau these words. He made our mouth like a sharp sword. Psalm 64. And 7. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. You know, and they're wounded by us prophesying the word of the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah. They're wounded, you know. We're the Lord's arrows they're shooting. You know, also the nukes, you know, is the arrows also. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that set them shall flee away. So their own tongue gonna fall on themselves. They're gonna tell on each other, you know, like they some kindergartens, you know. So we shooting the arrows at Esau, you know, with this mouthpiece of ours, you know, that the Most High gave us to prophesy against him. You know, the Lord is doing this all behind the scenes. You know, having ministering angels to minister in us every night as we slumber in our sleep. 2 Thessalonians 2:13. But we are bound to give thanks always to Yahweh for you, brethren, beloved, the Lord Yahweh, because Yahweh has from the beginning chosen you to salvation through sanctification of the Spirit and believe of the truth. So the Most High, then chose us, because Yahweh from the beginning, after Yahweh Shai, was us being made. So you think he gonna forget about us on the earth, his chosen ones? No, he's gonna keep us safe and sound. John 6:44. How can ye believe which receive honor one of another and seek not to honor that cometh from Yahweh only? That's 5:44. No man can come to me except the Father which has sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day. And these are the last day. So no man can come to me except the Father which has sent me draw him. So if you're not drawn into this word, you can't make nobody, believe this word, And that's why, at the job, if anybody asks me, about the word, I tell them, just let it manifest by itself, I'm not here for that, Because I try to tell my boss about Jacob's trouble, and all he thinking about is, you won't come to work, So he's not drawn into this, He on some bullshit, So I know he's not going to ask me, but if he asks me, what you mean by Jacob's trouble? We've been in Jacob's trouble. That's what he told me last time. So, I just let it go. Because I text him, when everything was going down, I'll tell him this is the beginning of Jacob's trouble, And all he could think about is you come to work. So if they're not drawn into this, the Father has not sent him to Yahweh Shai. We was drawn into this. We was drawn out the world into that evilness and that darkness we was in. Second Timothy 1:9. Who has saved us and called us with a holy calling, not according to our works, but according to his own purpose and grace, which was given us in Yahweh Shai before the world began. So this was given before the world began, before the trees was made, before it was sea, before it was any rivers, before it was the birds and the bees, before it was lions, and tigers, before any human beings was on this earth. Who has saved us? He done already saved us. And calling us with a holy calling. Not according to our works, not because we doing the Moseses, because we read the scriptures better than the other brethren, but according to his own purpose and grace, which was given us in Yahweh Shai before the world began. Now, how can you not say that ain't a privileged position that you're in? So you better be thankful that you wanted to hopefully make, You know, the prisoners of hope, you know, locked down in this Babylon. You know, you better not get scared or scared. Luke 18:7. And shall not Yahweh avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? You know, so he hears our crying and, you know, day and night, you know, our suffering, you know. Avenge him, own elect, you know. Even the ones that's already dead, and you know, that's in the spirit world, you know, that crying day and night, avenge us. When do you want to avenge us? Luke 10:20. Notwithstanding in this rejoice not that the spirits are subjects unto you, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven. Our names are written in heaven, brothers. How privileged is that? You know, this struggling you're going through right now is just a small taste. You know, you got a reward coming. This 1:1. Paul, a servant of Yahweh and an apostle of Yahweh Shah, according to the faith of Yahweh's elect, and acknowledging of the truth which is after godliness. So Paul, a servant of elect, the apostle of Yahweh Shah, according to the faith of Yahweh's elect. You know, so Paul, our brother, was the elect. We're going to go to 2. In hope of eternal life, which Yahweh cannot lie, promised before the world began. You know, so Yahweh cannot lie. Anything come out of his mouth is truthful, is faithful and true. Yes, anything. That's why we read these prophecies. That's why we're an arrow. You know, that's why our mouth was like a sword, made like a sword. You know, that's why our mouthpiece is piercing in Esau, you know, knocking down this kingdom. Because not of us, but because of the Lord Yahweh prophesied of it. Because it came out of his mouth. And he cannot lie. Whatever he say is going down. So if you're one of the hopeful elect, if you're one of the prisoners of hope, if you are the elect, the first fruit, and you're on this earth right now, you're going to make it. And you're going to win. Because he already preordained it. Colossians 3:12. Put on therefore as the elect of Yahweh, holy and beloved, you know. So put on as the elect, you know. Don't be running around here, you know, like you ain't nobody or like you ain't somebody. Put on like you're the first fruit of the elect. You know, the first fruits that was preordained before this earth was even made, you know, to make it, you know. Captivity after captivity, you have been on this earth. Reincarnation, you know, you have made it back and forth. And now this the 9th inning, this the 4th quarter, you know. This the end of the movie. Yes. You're gonna win. Holy and beloved. You're holy and beloved bowels of mercy, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, and long suffering. So don't get big headed, you know. You know, have kindness, you know, humbleness of mind, meekness, and long suffering. This is some long suffering that we gotta do, you know. But we gonna win in the end. They out there right now. Psalms 105 and 15 saying, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. You know? So we got that, you know. Touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. You know. Not a bone will be broken on us. You know. While we eat, they shall be hungry. While we drink, they shall be thirsty. And they will have vexation of the spirit. Second Ezra 2 and 26. As for the servant whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among my number. So not one of us gonna perish. Be not worried, for when the day of trouble and heaviness come, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. You know, so while these others weep and be sorrowful because the businesses that they thought they was gonna strive in, you know, people looting them and tearing that ass up, you know. We gonna, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The heathen will envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, says Yahweh by Yahweh Shah. My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. Be joyful, O thy mother, with thy children, for I will deliver thee, says the Lord Yahweh. You know. So the hopeful elect, you know, we gonna get through this. You know, put on as the elect, you know. You a winner. You gonna endure to the end. You got this. And with all praises and glory, we give it to Barakah Yahweh, Barakah Yahweh Shah. Shalom.